Welcome. I want to show you how we do migrate strategies of an ongoing trade in RoyalQ. So during trading with RoyalQ, in some exchanges, at times it comes a time that coins are going to be delisted. So by the delisting process, when it is announced, they give also the date in which the coin will definitely be delisted. So you have time. You usually have at least 5 days to maybe a month or 1 week or 2 weeks, depending on the duration that they are going to delist it, but it's always given. So, and they also give you some advice if you can sell off the trade or you do a conversion. But if the trade is still on, it has not yet closed, and the coin that is going to be delisted is on a trade and it is not yet sold or closed, and the date of the listing is approaching, then is always good to take decisions before the date that was announced that is going to be delisted. So one of the options, if you don't want to sell off the trade, another option is you can sell off the trade. Another option is you can convert the currencies that are to be delisted. The third option is you can transfer the coin that is going to be delisted into another exchange that you have connected to your RoyalQ account, or you have also the possibility to migrate an ongoing trade having a coin that is going to be delisted into another exchange connected to RoyalQ account. So if I click here at the top, I'm going to get the list of the exchanges that presently RoyalQ is compatible to, that is it can be connected to RoyalQ. So you are free to connect any of them. It also depends on your location, the country in which you are. So we have, these are the list of the exchanges that is presently available that you can connect to your RoyalQ account. So the first thing to do is we have to go first and click on below at the bottom. You click here on strategy to see the moving trade you have. But before we do that, it is here that you will see the information about the coins that are going to be delisted. When you click here, you see here removal notice. When you click on removal notice, it will give you the list of coins that are going to be removed. You have these are the information here. The latest one is at the top. OKX USDT spot trading pairs removal notice. If I click on it, this is it. So if I click down on it, it opens and it gives me the details, which of the coins and the pairs that are going to be removed, and it also gives the date that is going to be removed. So this is how the information comes. So now if you know that you have a coin that is going to be delisted, what you do is you come down and you have, if it is on a moving trade, you come down and click on strategy here at the bottom. When you click on strategy, the trades that you have, they are ongoing. So the first thing you have to do is, if you're an ongoing trade, let me show it. Ongoing trades, you have them here. These are the ongoing trades, ongoing trades, ongoing trades. So what you do is you click on the surface, not on the name of the coin. If you click on the name of the coin, it is going to display to you, but it is going to be displayed to you, but the market movement. So you don't click bet there. You can click on any other position here around. You can click any position here around, then the trade will be open. So if you click there, the trade will open. So when it opens, click I understand. Then for a trade that was already on, let me just put it on. For a trade that is on going, this is how you see it. So when you see the trade in this form, you just have to go below and you click on pause. You click down here on pause. When you click on pause below, when you click on pause below, then that you are going to, first of all, why are we clicking on pause? This is because before you can migrate the strategy, you have to pause the trade. This is where you have the button of migrating the strategy of a moving trade. Consider that this coin note is going to be delisted in the exchange that you are, but you have another exchange connected that you want to move it over, because in the other exchange no announcement has been given that is going to be delisted. So you have, if you click to migrate it, as I said here, you have to click here to migrate it. But to migrate it, you have to first of all click on pause. You have to pause the trade. You click here to pause the trade. When you pause the trade, you can confirm. Then the trade is now, you will see below, it will show activate. It will show below here activate. It therefore means the trade has been paused. So when it is paused, you can now click on the arrow at the top left. You click on this arrow at the top left. You can click on the arrow at the top left, then to go out of the trade. Then you will now find the trade that you have paused. It will be under stopped. That is where you will find it. When you now go to the stop, you click on stop. You now have the trades will appear that have been stopped. Those are the trades you are going to see that have been stopped. So when it is stopped, you now go, let us select now all the trades here you see are trades that have been stopped. If I click on the surface of it for it to open, let me click on, if I click on this position for note, or I click here for the coin note, you see that it opens. It will show activate to indicate that it is a stopped trade. If it was active, here I see activate. If it was active at this place at the bottom, I will see bet pause. So showing activate, it means the trade was paused, it has been stopped. So what we do next is, let me take a different coin that I'm going to demonstrate on. I will pick the coin I'm going to pick here is, let me take a coin. Let me see. Let me take QI. Let me migrate QI. Let me take this one to migrate. So what I do is I click on the surface, it opens, I see activate at the bottom. Then now to migrate it, I have to click on migrate strategy. So I click on migrate strategy. It gives me migrate strategy information. The migration process will be completed within 30 minutes. During this time, trade settings and strategy activation will be inaccessible. Once migration is complete, the new exchange will reflect the update strategy data. So that is, you read all this information here, then I can now click on I understand. So I click on I understand. It now gives me all the list of the exchanges that are available, that it can either be migrated to or not. So here it shows that MEX, this one, it can be migrated to it, but it is not connected. I've not yet connected it in my account. That is the one it shows for this coin. So here it shows coin not supported. All these not supported, all the non-supported are where you cannot migrate to. So in this case, the only one I can migrate it is the first one here, API on bind, which means it's supported based on bind. So now I have to check, and since I have not bounded it, I can now go now and bound it before I continue. But let me take another coin that we can demonstrate it on. I go back. Let me take another one. Let me take this. So I click again on migrate. Let me take this. I click on migrate. I understand. So not supported. Let me check another one that I can easily do. Let me take this one. I click on the wrong position. So I click on migrate. So I want to migrate it to, the one I've connected is this. I'm looking for a coin I can migrate it there so that you easily understand how it works. Let me just go to another one. Let me see. There was a coin here. I know I can migrate it. Let me pause this one. So this one is paused. Okay. So it is paused. When I go to stop, I will see it. So let me take this coin. Let me take this one. So I click on it. It opens. I click on I understand. Then now I can now click on migrate strategy. If I click on migrate strategy, you see that here up, this one is open because I is connected. I already bounded this exchange at the top. But the other ones, it also accept this based on bind. I can migrate it here, is on bind. I can migrate it here, is on bind. Here also, all of these ones at the top, I can migrate it in, except this one at the bottom. It says that coin not supported. So this one is coin not supported. So this exchange cannot take the coin. So I can only bound it on this. So among all of those that can support it, it is only the first one at the top that I have already bounded it. That's why you don't see any writings on it at this point. You don't see any writings here. So that is the one that can be supported. So what I do is you just click on this. You click on the exchange that shows that you can migrate it to it, and it's also connected. When you click on it, it's highlighted. You see it's highlighted with these lines. It's highlighted. So once it's highlighted, you go at the bottom and you will see, when you go to the bottom, you will now see confirm. So you can confirm it. When you confirm at the bottom, this is how it comes over. So it's already on the way towards that you have to now click here on migrate strategy. No, you don't, you don't click again on it. It is already on the way. So you'll see here at the bottom is migrating. You see. So here at the bottom, you see it's migrating. And the information was that it can take up to 30 minutes to migrate over. So during this time, the trade is still in the market. It is showing all the movement is still there. Everything is still moving. You know, here is all moving. It's all moving based on the migration route. So since they say it's taking about 30 minutes, then you just have to wait. You just have to wait. But at times it can go very fast. The 30 minutes is an estimated time. At times it goes very fast. So now that it is being migrating now. There you see the migration down there. If I just click anywhere on here or so, I try to pull down my screen. If it is the migration process is completed, then if I just want to pull down my screen like this with my finger. If I just push the screen down like this, if the migration process is over, you will just see it. You will see that it will disappear from the board. So let me try it. You see, so it is migrated already. It is migrated. So if I go now back, we're on this exchange here at the top. This was the exchange we're using at the top. Here was Binance I was using. So now I'm going now to this one at the bottom, Gate.io. That is the one it migrated from here to here. So I'm now going back now to the other exchange. Now if I click on this, I select this, then you see now that the coin that has been migrated is here. It came over because now I'm using this one at the top. You see. So if I now click here, you see that my tick is down here. Before, my tick was up. This was number 1 position at before, and this was number 2. So this is how it was. So now I'm now in this. That's where I see now the coin. So I just come now. I click again on the surface of the coin, not on the coin's name, not on the currency's name. I just click anywhere here, not here, because that will open me by the market movement. So I click there. Once I click here on the surface, on this position, I can click there. Yeah, then it will open this warning. I understand. Then now I can click to activate. You know, this is, you see the migration here, but I'm not migrating it to anywhere again. I just have to click on activate. I understand. Then start strategy. I click. So now I have now pause again at the bottom. So the trade is now again online. So that is how we migrate the strategy from a coin that is online moving, a moving trade. You can migrate it from one exchange to another exchange. So that is the process how we do it. So it is now, this was under the stop. If I click here, the running trades, then I find it here. So this is the trade here under the running trade. It's under the running trade. Before I click it to activate it, it was under the stopped trades, because I stopped it first before I can migrate it. I click pause to pause it. When you pause it, it goes under the stop. So you have to go now to stop before you click on it to open, and then you can migrate it. When you migrate it, it goes to the next exchange. In the next exchange, it will also be found under stop trade, where you have to first of all select the name of the exchange at the top. Here, you have to drop down to select the exchange. So then now it was under there. In the next exchange is still under stop, which is here. It is still under stop, and you have to click back there. Before now, you can now click on the trade to open, and then you then activate it. And when you activate it, you have it now under the running trades. So that is how we do the migration from one strategy to the other. I hope this video explains it to you very clearly. I hope it explains very clearly. And in case of any questions, then just contact me, contact us. Let us explain it to you again in another form. But I hope it is clear. So that is how we migrate a strategy. So now, if we are still here on strategy, then we can see the trades that are up. So to go to the home page, I just have to click back on home at the bottom. Then I go back to the home page. So that is it.